We at 138th Street, 3rd Ave. First stop in the 6th train, or last stop, depending which way you're going. We're going south. We're finna hit up Union Square for the march in solidarity with Baltimore and the streets out there uprising, and the people's uprising that's going on. And New York City's about to show some solidarity. We should be arriving when it's already about to leave or going down. So hopefully we catch up to it.
Get an interview, come on. Today, people are here marching in solidarity with people all over the country and people in Baltimore in particular who have been out in several days of defying protests, defying the National Guard, defying tear gas, defying tanks. And we're out here to say that we stand with the defiant ones of Baltimore, that there is no such thing as a bad protester. And if you want to talk about looting, talk about this country and the system looting the lives and bodies of black and brown people every 28 hours.
The peaceful stuff didn't work. We do this all the time. And then when you see people really react in Baltimore, you see like, you get a real reaction, then you're like, oh, now what are they doing? They animals, they savages. They're not animals, they're not savages. They doing what is right. When the white people celebrate, cause they just want a fucking basketball, soccer game, they destroying the whole town, they're not thugs, they're students. Students from, nah, man. And we're angry and all of a sudden we get called thugs because we're upset. That shit happens to us all the time, man. They're not thugs. They're humans, just like everyone else is out here.
Honestly, it's expected. I mean, in a racist system, what are you gonna have? You know, to me, thug is just another word for nigger at this point.
They got lost?
You know, the chief, the white shirt was like, get him.
Why? What was he doing?
You know, he was fucking getting their face and shit.
They rough him up or no?
They fucking surrounded him like fucking, like knees on him and shit.
No way. Are you on the floor?
Yeah.
Did you film his arrest or no?
No.
Racist cops have got to go, hey, hey, ho, ho. These racist cops have got to go, hey, hey.
We are on a route to Rebel Diaz Radio. We're just covering the march downtown, you know what I'm saying? And we got DJ Charlie Hustle holding on the ones and twos. We're listening to him live right now in the car. YC the Cynic, King Capo, Rostars, G1.
I'm over here tweeting, Instagramming, and doing all the social media so people tune in.
Radio Rebel Diaz in the background. Got Ana Tijoux coming up. About to be at the station in a few minutes. Speaking live to the people in New York. Want to speak about what's happening in Baltimore.
Ana, que tenemos, estáis sonando en la radio, guachita.
Lleno y las venas abiertas, vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vive en cada pensamiento.
We got here late today, and we want to thank our sister Cloud9 for holding it down.
So we were in the Baltimore solidarity movements that took place today in the streets of New York City. We heard President Obama talking about, you know, the young people in Baltimore are thugs and they're criminals, you know. And, you know, Questlove, you know, he kept it 100 on Twitter, and he was like, you know, let's be real. The media right now is replacing, you know, the N-word with thugs.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Who are the people that have the tanks, that have the drones, that have the guns, you know? And at the end of the day, who has done the killing? Because nobody's been killed in these uprisings, you know what I mean? But Freddie Gray had his spine, you know what I mean, 80% of it severed from his body. I want y'all to really stop and think about this, the type of pain that you probably, you know, go through when you're having 80% of your spine severed from your neck.
And obviously there were folks that were defending the actions of the cops, saying that, you know, that they do see our communities as a threat and that they need to be at the offensive. And my point will always be, and it's non-negotiable, if you feel that your life is threatened, then don't sign up to be a cop. Because when you sign up to be a cop, you know exactly what the risks are that you are running, just like when you sign up to go to the military. Whereas civilians don't sign up to be killed.
We got some callers. I want to hear what the New York City area thinks. Talk to me, y'all. Let's see. We got somebody. Caller, are you on the line?
Peace. Hello.
Hello?
I hear something. Peace, caller. You on the line. What's happening?
Hey, how you doing?
We doing good. Thanks for calling.
And sister, where you calling from?
I'm calling from Baltimore.
Oh, love. See, that's wonderful that we got people tuning in from Baltimore. So tell me, are you from Baltimore?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So tell us a little bit more about.
So tell us about like the curfew being set right now that there's the curfews in time. Are people still out there, or is the city completely militarized?
Well, it's actually, where I live at, I don't see the military nowhere where I live. I don't see the police or the military nowhere I live at. But when you get closer into the city, you see the military. You see them with AKs on their arms. They telling you that you have to be in the house by 10 o'clock. You can't come back out unless you have to go to work or you go into the emergency room. So they have all control of what you can do and what you can't do at a certain time. And they telling you that you can't come back outside until 5 o'clock in the morning.
I'm a product of Brownsville, New York, Brooklyn, New York. I picked up myself. I dusted myself off. I tried to better myself. I didn't burn. I didn't do this. You know what I'm saying? I knew right from wrong. I knew that if the cop stopped me, he had the upper hand. I knew not to resist arrest. I knew there were implications and consequences.
I think we need to stop buying into the divide and conquer tactics that have been taught to us since colonization. And to can I just finish? So to say that there are good protesters and bad protesters, and that the people that have chosen to rise up are the bad protesters, and they're the thugs, and they're the criminals, and continue to utilize words that have been taught to us by those people who oppress us, is promoting a dividing.
You know what? But you're talking about oppressing. I mean, that's self-oppression because you're doing it to yourself.
Oh, I don't think I would have to disagree. I don't think it's self-oppression.
Let me say something real quick. I'm going to give you an example of about 5 folks that I consider way bigger thugs than the teenagers in Baltimore that are throwing rocks. Let me finish. The biggest thugs are Wall Street. You know what I mean? Obama that's dropping bombs, on children's hospitals. Having families deported. So I think that we need to be clear that the term thugs needs to really be labeled at the right people that are the politicians and everybody on that. Next caller, we're going to get moving. I appreciate the call. Appreciate the perspective.
You want to say what you want to say.
No, we just have a lot of. We want to include as many opinions as possible, my brother. That's all. We trying to accept the calls from different people. The calls line up. We're going to take one more call. Thank you, caller, for the call. We'll take one more call before we hear some music with DJ Charlie also on the ones and twos. Caller, you are on the line. Talk to us.
Listen, first I'm elated to be on the line. I was calling all day. When the young lady show was on from earlier, I was trying to get through. Let me start here. Shut that guy mic off.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Mic right off.
There you go. Well, that's why we went to you, okay? Caller. That's why we went to you. Go ahead. Talk to us.
He's calling and he's using a tactic of division.
That's right.
He's trying to put the spotlight back on the people.
That's right.
A young man was killed. Okay? And and one thing that we have all forgotten is that we came to this country as captives, man. We looking to the people who captured us to give us justice. I live in New York. I came out this morning. I'm on my way to work. I look at the Daily News cover. The Daily newspaper here in New York shows a brother on top of a car, and it says America's crisis. Oh, I deduce from this that the young black man is the problem in America. Listen, the national theme for the last 6 months has been killing us.
That's right. That's right.
I'm sorry.
That's right.
No, sir. To the last caller, no, sir. You will not get on here and talk like we're just a bunch of thugs, and we won't excuse you to turn a blind eye to all of our blood that you tread upon day in and day out. He sound like a cop.
We're here in Hunts Point in the Bronx at the Point Community Center. We came back to the hood, back to Hunts Point, to do what we do, which is our cultural support for the movement. We're gonna go in there and rock a special set for May Day.
Let me hear y'all say stop the war.
stop the war.
Say let's get free.
Let's get free.
Say it, stop the war.
Stop the war.
I fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
Yo pa'lante del combate.
Macuri elefante.
No steps back, you won't dice lo que hace. Be about it,
Ideas into action.
move past the planet.
It's time to save the planet.
Why you standing?
Which way is you going?
Which side
Is you supporting?
They build walls,
We show love.
they honor the dollar. I'm like peace to the gods. Toast to the spirits, live life so I feel it. Not stuck up in prison
On the move like in Philly.
March to the city,
My people walk with me. Hands in the air.
this life is worth living.
Motivate.
Hey, what's your motivation?
Motivate.
Yeah, what's your motivation?
Motivate. Move.
Yeah, what's your motivation?
Motivate.
Come on, what's your motivation?
I got from Lynn Stewart.
Come on.
I just read it twice, so I know that I'm sure. Know it in my heart that the system is abusive. Also know a movement is more than music. If you can organize 5 people on your block, you should reassess before you bust a Rico shot. I know it's nice to roll it up and not too much, but conditions getting worse, so I feel we in a rush. Come on, you know karate,
Say it.
you know how to farm.
Come on.
You wake up with the sun, I'm with the alarm. If your leadership's a dodger, get your gangs a moving target. All you gon' do is catch the screw.